So it's time for us to just have a conversation. So, as some people may be aware, I have quit several social media. What is this? Oh, okay. I have quit several social medias. Um, it's just something about this summer that has me going through a reckoning over what has happened so far and all my efforts and all the other stuff. I remember when I got the invitation to come back for my second degree at my current university that I decided that I don't want this past year to be as this new year to be as disastrous as the past year was. So my whole thing was like, well, I'm just gonna go through and want to reflect on what I did right, what I did wrong, and get rid of the negative factors in my life that still exist that are going to precipitate, the negativity and all this other stuff, and just like the universe, God, or whatever you believe in, just like, you know what, we ain't just gonna look at the factors of university that gave you those experiences. We're gonna look at your whole life. So let's go over with the first thing I deleted. So I deleted my Patreon. So the reason why I did that is because I've always been in a battle with Patreon from day one when I started using it and all that other stuff. I got pretty much marked as an 18 plus content creator, and when it comes to 18 plus content creators, 18 plus mean age. You don't show up in the search or nothing like that. You basically got to provide the direct link for people to find your Patreon page. And so I got that fixed, but they was like, "Oh, just be aware that if we find that your thing is 18 plus, we're gonna remark it as 18 plus and such and such." It's never remarked. It's never marked as 18 plus again. So I would show up in searches and all that other stuff. So I would go on midway through Patreon, turn all my stuff into private and all the other stuff. And I'm just like, why would people pay for something that's public and free and all that stuff? I'll just check your Patreon page and consume your free content. So I changed it to um, Patreon only. Now I wasn't asking for a lot of money. I was asking for like $1 a month because I was just like, I don't want to sit here and nickel and dime people for those who wanted to support me. And Patreon got mad because whenever I go into my settings and try to fine tune my Patreon page over time, it would be like, we want you to charge at minimum $3. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna ask people for $3 a month. I'm gonna ask for $1 a month and then move on. Um, and so I would check, I would check the Patreon search engine, and whenever I would type my name in, it wouldn't show up. But I was like, why am I not showing up? Maybe it's because I can't search myself. So I log off, and I look for myself and I can't find myself. Oh, page doesn't exist. This user doesn't exist. Blah, 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 blah. And so I've come to realize, because I also checked to make sure I wasn't marked 18 plus again. I'm not marked 18 plus. I came to realize two things. I got shadow, Patreon basically shadow banned my page, basically. I got shadow banned on Patreon. And to make matters worse, even though I have marked all my posts as Patreon only, they had my posts show up public for everybody to see, regardless of whether or not they supported me or not. Regardless. So, and I checked the settings on each post, and it's like, yeah, these are picture only, but anybody can come in and consume my content. So, another thing happened with Patreon was around when COVID-19 first came around. Excuse me. When COVID-19 first came around, they put out this whole creator thing where they're going to help creators out financially and all the other stuff. And I applied for it, and I didn't get anything. I didn't get any help. So I've been treated like trash and shadow banned on Patreon. All I've literally done on Patreon is the art content and the gaming content. Now I can see them saying, "Hey, you play some 18 plus games. You need to mark yourself 18 plus." But I was never informed of that. for what I could see, when they said 18 plus, they're talking about like sexual stuff and nudity and all that, and I don't do that. So they just got sneaky and pretty much sabotaged my page and all the other stuff. And so I myself was not expecting to see any support on the page until like maybe 2, 3 more years. Starting today, I wasn't thinking this was like I was thinking like this is gonna be like a 10-year project with the idea of just building up a large repertoire of content. So when someone finally decides, hey, I want to support you, there's a lot there for them to look at. And so I just got tired. I'm not welcome on your website. I get the message, so I've left the Patreon page. Um, Currently, I removed all methods of financial support. I wasn't getting it anyway, so it's like, what's the point? So, which I'll talk about later about how I did that. So another thing I went ahead and deleted was my Twitch. I have decided to quit live streaming. I've been live streaming for 4 years and I've gotten nowhere. I'm going to post up a infographic of what my stats look like and my interaction with the Twitch community as it pertains to, I want to say, Reddit. The Reddit Twitch community has not been very good. I remember I did a reflection on my experience and what I've learned as a streamer and all this other stuff. I want to say last year spring or something like that. And this one particular user was very upset that, oh, I've been streaming this long but you don't have the success. There's something wrong with you. You're deficient as a person, or there's something just inherently wrong with you. And I understand where he was coming from, because when I looked at his Twitch channel, he was new and upcoming. So I think that this idea that, oh, you can grind out for 4 years and you can still not get anywhere, I think it caused some cognitive dissonance with this individual, and they just got extra. Now that person is blocked on my Reddit profile, because I'm just like, I ain't got time for that. You need to go speak to your shrink and all that stuff. If you can't, just because you work hard does not mean that success is guaranteed. It doesn't mean that. And then I posted my lifetime stats on my Twitch channel recently, and it basically gotten into basically me having to justify my existence on Twitch. I was constantly on the defensive, constantly this, constantly that, and then the mods came in and locked it, and it's like, oh, you broke this rule. Twitch experiences need to be posted on this little obscure thing that's hidden away. And I looked at it and I was like, there's no way for me to post the image or nothing like that. But at the same time, people post their stats on the Twitch Reddit all the time with no moderation, you know. So I think that on the Twitch Reddit, in the Reddit for Twitch, it has a case of toxic positivity, where as long as you are pushing up the idea of just grind, get better, grind, you're gonna make it, grind, you're fine. You're good to go unless your content stay, because you're feeding into that mentality of just grind yourself down to nothing. If you come in with a post, showing people that, hey, success isn't guaranteed. Here's proof that success isn't guaranteed. Oh, you're breaking the rules. You're breaking the rules. So on top of that, I want to say it was maybe 2, 3 weeks ago, I just typed my channel name into the search engine to see what pops up for on Twitch on search thing. And then I found out that someone went in and took my name and created a parody account, basically crapping all over my on my online name. And I'm just like, really? We really gotta get like that? And I remember my first interaction as a streamer on Twitch was someone coming into my channel and telling me that I should go kill myself. That's my first interaction as a streamer with a commenter, telling me to go kill myself. And then after I brushed that off, people started coming into my channel, into my chat, and start fighting each other. Like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, just going at each other. So I had to like change games and stop streaming for a little bit. Cause I'm just like, I'm not trying to create a talk. I'm not trying to get a toxic community. So, and then on top of that, I just happened to go through my YouTube videos, and I found out that someone went through some of my YouTube videos, and started mass downvoting my videos. And I'm just like, really? My first interaction, my first experience with people is going to be them showing their, you know what? So I'm out because I've been doing this for 4 years. One thing I've come to learn, if the Twitch stats are true about my channel and the analytics I was seeing per stream, I'm not having an issue of discoverability. I'm not having an issue of discoverability. The problem is that my content is not interesting, it's not good enough, right? I started out as a 4 gigabyte RAM on a laptop streamer, and I'm now able to get 1080p 60 frames per second. I've gone the whole gamut on quality. The issue is not video quality now or anything like that. I can't blame it on technology. My issues, and when it comes to live streaming, is myself. I am deficient. I'm not interesting as an individual enough for live streaming. I'm not really interested when it comes to any sort of content, online content creation. But I know streaming for me is not the way to go, because I can see myself putting in another 4 years and being at the exact same place. The exact same place. And then if I post it on the Twitch Reddit community, they're going to get more incredulous. You have to realize that success is not the default on anywhere, but especially not Twitch. There are millions of people streaming. You are lucky if you get you are fortunate if you get 2 or 3 people that's not in your immediate social circle who wants to watch you. You don't realize how lucky you are to even get those 1 or 2 viewers. You're even more incredibly lucky if you get enough, if you get the right metrics to become affiliate, and you are beyond blessed if you have the metrics to become a partner. And people don't get that because they don't want to think about, oh, this may not work. That's why the first thing when it came to streaming, thank God I had the foresight to do this. I didn't make streaming my main thing. I didn't make online content creation my own thing. I can say out of these 4 or 5 years, I've gone and accomplished some other stuff outside in the real world that I can take and say, yeah, how I came into streaming and how I come out, much more better qualified for the real world stuff and all that. So I'm done with live streaming. I'm not gonna do YouTube live streaming. I'm not going on Facebook Live. And speaking of Facebook, so a lot of people, I deleted my Facebook as well. So a lot of people talk about they use Facebook because they contact relatives with it. And I asked myself, am I contacting a single relative on Facebook? No. But I got some friends from college and university on my friends list. So let me contact them. Let's try to have a conversation or whatever. It got to like 1 or 2 sentences, and then the person just stopped and ignored me. I'm just like, what am I using Facebook for? What am I on Facebook for? I'm not getting like no use out of it. So I deleted it. So the Patreon's gone. The Twitch is gone for good. I guess it'll be 6 months before you can go claim the umitencho thing on Twitch. Take that name. I can tell you right now, you can have it. You have my permission to have it. If you can go take it and do it something with it, go ahead. I don't care. I'm not going back. I know some people's whole thing is they just stop streaming and they just go back to just being a viewer. But I just don't want to go on somebody else's channel, with any animosity and all that other stuff. And when it comes to Twitch, I had a choice. If I were to continue, I can keep doing what I try to do, which is try to improve over time and get better quality stuff and this and all this other stuff, and go nowhere. Or I could try to hitch myself to somebody that's already successful and then try to become a groupie. And I'm not going to try to use nobody else for success. I'm not trying to get with you like that. I don't think so. So so I'm pretty much done with that. And I think another thing that set me off was seeing, and it's already affecting, and it's already showing in other sites where, as you know, I wear this mask. I don't wear this mask as a gimmick because, oh, I'm trying to be unique and all this other stuff. I wear this mask because I have extreme social anxiety that shows up whenever I record myself on shows up when I record myself for, for online content creation. And this is just how I cope. And this is why people don't get help, because when they finally find a healthy coping mechanism, you come in like, oh, you just trying to do this, and you just trying to become this, and this is just your online your online persona. I'm just like, you getting 100% me 100% time, 100% of the time. Okay, whether this mask on or off, you gonna get me 110% of the time. So as y'all know, I don't even want to talk about that because I'm not trying to plug that. But I came across a scam. Now my default for years, there's a community where you can report scams and all that, and I blame myself for getting this response. I ended up making a video about the scam to sort of warn other people, and I ended up in the post warning people in this particular community about this scam. I ended up being stupid, and I posted the video of me talking about it and all that other stuff. And so people got the impression that I was trying to use the situation that way. I was overreacting, number one, and that I was just trying to attack a legitimate business for clout, which was not true because my state attorney general told me that it's a scam. They told me that what these people were doing was illegal. So, okay, you saying it's not a scam, my state's top legal authority says yes, it's a scam. I'm going to go with my state's legal authority. Whoop-de-doo. So, they accused me of overreacting to a legal business, which according to the state, is not legal. And two, I'm not trying to use it for clout. But that's my fault. I had no business posting the YouTube link and all that stuff. I should just did straight up facts like I usually do and call it a day. And so so it's just a theme of, when I get to these set websites, it always devolves down to, just like with the Twitch community, the Reddit Twitch community, and now this community, I have to justify my existence. I have to justify my actions. I gotta justify every little thing I do. I got to be micromanaged. So I'm just like, I'm bowing out. So you're still gonna get the gaming content. I'm just not gonna live stream it. I'm just gonna play it off stream, and then edit it and all the other stuff. You're still gonna get the art stuff. You're gonna still get all that. And I decided to just remove the business stuff because I'm just like, that's already turning sour. That's all what that's already turning sour. So that's not happening anymore. So that is what it is. I'm not gonna stop making content on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. For a hot minute, I was straight up about to just go through and just delete all my YouTube content. I was about to delete my YouTube. I was about to just straight up wipe myself out. I've already gone through the process to just wipe out my Reddit history, to go ahead and go through a purge and call it a day, you know. And yeah, and it's just like, I'm tired of defending myself. I'm tired of defending my existence. I'm tired of defending stuff for me doing stuff that everybody else does. It's like, I don't see you going in and contacting this person and saying, well, why are you doing this? And other people get praised and I get the blame. That's how it is. So I'm pretty much down to, at this point, to just really 2 or 3 social medias that's connected to this YouTube channel, just the YouTube and the Deviant Art, because that's where I just host my art stuff. my craptastic art. So that's going to be my thing going forward. Just those two. No more. Just no more making. I'm out of it. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm going to do. I'm gonna keep trying to improve my content creation abilities and all the other stuff. Try to improve as an artist. Don't worry, the business is not done. I'm just gonna have to, rather than me, logging my experience, I'm just gonna have to keep it to myself and all this other stuff. So I'm done with that. So, oh boy, like I say, this mask is not meant to be a gimmick. This is just for me. This is a coping mechanism. I'm just tired as an individual of having to justify my existence. I've been fighting that fight since the third grade. I'm tired. I'm almost 30, and y'all still coming at me with the same old BS, and I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired of you people constantly coming in, and every time I get any sense of self worth or positivity in my life, you come in and you shatter it, and then I gotta pick up the pieces. But that's all I can do. All I can do is see how I contributed to the issue, try to change, get the outside factors out of my life, and then keep on trucking. That's the best I can do. I'm not a magician. I'm not a wizard. This is not an anime world or nothing like that. This is real life. So this is umitencho. See you later. I just had to say my piece.